What's up, guys? Really quick, I just wanted to shed some light on the dangers of caffeine and bodybuilding. Now, first of all, let me start out by saying caffeine is not natty. When we're discussing who's natural and who's not, what that means is if somebody is taking a performance-enhancing drug, they are not natural. Caffeine is a performance-enhancing drug. It is a drug that enhances your performance. The only difference is it is legal, it's widely accepted, it's really good for the economy, and people have been taking it for hundreds of years, thousands of years, and you know, it would just be too difficult to ban that substance. But that doesn't mean that it's not dangerous. Now, I've read some of these autopsies from Rich Piana, Dallas McCarver, so on and so forth, even NFL football players, baseball players, athletes who have died from heart complications. Now, for whatever reason, the media, mostly the media, but also some physicians just want to sweep it under the rug and say, oh, it's just steroid use. They were pumping gear. You know, this is what happens when you pump gear. And I'm not saying that they're completely wrong about that because, yeah, obviously it's been scientifically proven if you take excess amounts and if you use and abuse gear, yeah, you're probably going to run into some heart problems at some point. But at the same time, I'm not saying that moderate use is really going to have that much of a negative impact on anybody, because there's a lot of professional athletes who, God knows, we all know, have taken gear and they live long, fulfilling lives. Some of that has to do with genetics, but a lot of that has to do with excellent doctor supervision and not abusing excess amounts of gear. But with that being said, I find it very, very disturbing that we never discuss caffeine use in bodybuilding or professional, any professional sport for that matter. Because, for instance, I had a supervisor that just a couple of years ago, one of my bosses, who was drinking 2 cans of Monster per day. I mean, he was always kicking back 5-hour energies. He always had a pot of coffee going in the office. And, you know, eventually he had one of the same heart complications, same leaky valve problems that a lot of steroid users have. So, and I know for a fact he was never taking any form of gear. You know, he had no reason to. But he ran into the same complications that gear users run into. So, sorry it's taken me so long to get to the point, but name a bodybuilder that doesn't have a YouTube video where he's kicking back 2 or 3 scoops of pre-workout, you know, 500 to 600 milligrams of caffeine before his workout. And who knows how much coffee he's drinking throughout the day, and you know how many, maybe he's working out twice a day and he's taking 2 scoops before each workout. Plus he's having a cup of coffee in the mornings. I mean, that's like over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. That's a lot. You can definitely, I mean, you can run into some serious health problems from that. But for whatever reason, we don't talk about excess use of caffeine in bodybuilding. I just find it extremely hard to believe that a bodybuilder can go 20 years taking 500 to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine per day, have heart problems, and the only drug that we're going to blame is gear. It doesn't make any sense to me. And also the fact that it's legal, you see high school kids, high school athletes, football players, basketball players, weightlifters, you see them taking pre-workout already at a young age, drinking 5-hour energies at a young age. And I don't think that it's a wise decision for somebody to take excess amounts of caffeine. With that being said, I take 200 to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. My pre-workout has 400 milligrams of caffeine in it. I know, you know, that's probably quite excessive, and I may run into some heart problems, I may not, you know, somewhere down the road. But for the most part, I just wanted to make this video shedding some light on that topic, guys. And you know, I think caffeine is just as big of a problem, if not a bigger problem in the bodybuilding community than steroids are. So if we're going to point the fingers at performance enhancing drugs, I think we also need to point the finger at caffeine. With that being said, I don't really know any all natty weightlifters. I mean, have you met a regular gym goer? I'm not even talking about an elite bodybuilder or a professional athlete. How many gym bros do you have that never take pre-workout, that don't drink coffee? How many? I mean, I don't really know any. There are very, very few. If they're not living in a third world country where all they eat are homegrown vegetables and homegrown meat, you know, they're exposed to caffeine on a regular basis. So, yeah, that's my take on that, guys. I think, you know, caffeine could potentially be a really big problem in bodybuilding. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comment section. And as always, I hope you get out there and you build some muscle.
Subscribe to the channel.